What's up? What's up? Six Sensei here, and I know what you're thinking. Another multiplayer breakdown. Yeah, a little bit, but guys, I'm gonna do something a little different. I'm gonna make the assumption, right, that you've already seen WoodysGamertag and Tmartn's breakdowns. So I love those two guys. They're both great YouTubers, but there's a couple things I think they may have missed or left out, and especially when it comes to the snipers. And you know, I also want to do a little bit of like a wish list, what I feel that was left out of this trailer, or you know, what we could talk about. And I also need you guys' help picking out a couple things and kind of figuring out what they are. So let's jump right into it now. Battlefield? No. Call of Duty. So we're gonna stop it right here. And I want to point out one thing. WoodysGamertag said that these may direct impact and kill somebody. I'm going to say no. I'm going to say that they don't bounce, right? They always stick in the ground, especially if it's dirt at least. If you look at the stun grenade and the handle right there, that looks like not a knife or not anything that's going to kill. It just looks like maybe an apparatus to get rid of the stuns or whatever like that. And it also looks like a way to a way for it to stick in the ground. But what I don't and can't figure out, right, remember, you already seen WoodysGamertag and Tmartn's video. What I can't figure out is what these perks are that they're picking. Obviously, we have three tiers still, but I just don't know what the perks are. So let's try to figure it out and take a closer look at them. You'll see the top one looks like a box with like an EKG type of thing. I don't know. My guess is maybe you heal quicker, right? You use that perk and you heal a little bit faster than the standard 5 seconds. The second perk looks like God knows what. I have no idea. Maybe he's a better pilot because that's all I can think of by the helmet he's wearing. And the third one, I can't really even see what it is. It almost looks like there's some type of radar coming off of something near his face. So maybe you guys can help me. Tell me in the comments if you see anything there. And there's going to be a couple more things I need your help figuring out. So what you'll see here is just like we saw in every other video. It's a little shock grenade. But what I want you to pay attention to is the weapon damage. And I slowed it down here the second time. That's one burst kill, just like the Type 95. It looks like to me in this game, weapon damage is super high, unlike in the first Black Ops, where you know, weapon damage was kind of lower. So look at this one again. Now we all know what this thing does based on the other videos. It's got the little thing, dolphin dive in its back, but it looks like you can't shoot until you're on the ground. So that's kind of cool, unless there's a perk to move past that. Reloading looks weird on that gun. And I want to look at this. I want to look at this sight for a second. Someone please tell me why he swapped sights. I have no idea. But that same sight looks like it's in Modern Warfare 3. This seems to be some type of microwave radiation type of thing, and he switched sights again. I don't understand what the advantage is on that sight. He did it twice when he didn't need to. Weapon damage being real high again. You take down the Dragonfire real fast. I'm thinking that's the equivalent to a Predator missile. That thing's supposed to have an SMG and it's killing really fast. This lock on is pretty quick. I'm happy about that. Maybe that's a perk that allows him to do something quicker. And as our good buddy Tmartn pointed out, the level cap will be at 55, which is only 5 more than what Black Ops had. I thought it would be a little more, but Prestige is going to come right quick and really easy. And I'm imagining that they're going to launch this game with 20 Prestiges. That's my thoughts, right? So I'm just imagining that's what we're going to end up with. Riot shields. Didn't think I'd see that in Black Ops 2. Definitely something I was not looking forward to. Those things can be quite annoying. I never seem to have any fun with them myself. And now you can shoot through the middle of them. Kind of weird, kind of campy. I'm hoping this sight right here is a kill streak, right? The only thing we've ever gotten red triangles in before in the past is a kill streak. So I'm hoping the sight is a kill streak itself, so you can identify enemies at longer ranges or something like that. Now I want you to listen closely. Listen. Listen. Hostile AGR inbound. Everybody keeps saying care package. That reminds me of the Juggernaut. Hostile Juggernaut inbound. You call in the kill streak. That's all I can think of. So everyone's making a nod to this mostly use me blade thing, and I love it. That's intriguing to me as a YouTuber. It's just awesome that you know, there's no other way no other place they would have got that from, and that's just cool that they're making a nod to a YouTuber like that. Now this guy's in a gunfight, and we'll touch on that later. He's already injured. The one bullet he takes to the knee is not what kills him, so this gun is not that powerful. But I want to focus on the perks for just a second. I want to look at that. I don't think this is the final images of the perks. You ask me, and that doesn't look like Call of Duty perk images. I know it doesn't look great, but I just don't think that's what it is. And the little 3 things at the bottom, nobody can seem to figure out what it is. It is something, because you're giving up a perk, or you're giving up a primary for that. It's more than just looks. I really hope it's not armor, personally. What Tmartn was talking about, it's armor. I really pray to God it is not armor. I think that's absolutely stupid. But moving on, this guy's going to take 1 shot to the knee and he dies, and I was watching very closely. He's in a gunfight and he's injured, and he took 1 shot to the knee and he's dead. But the coolest thing about this class is that right there. He's running only with a blade. And I'm really hoping that you have to equip your blade to knife, And I really want to say it takes 2, but I think the other way to do it, instead of taking 2 swipes, is to make you equip the blade before you go in for the single kill. Meaning, you know, there's no more panic knifing, and that's what I really hope for. And yeah, baby, yeah, the tomahawk is back. And I can't describe to you how excited I am about this tomahawk coming back. I don't like the throwing knife, and being that you can equip C4 and tomahawk and all kind of different stuff wherever you want, I'm really excited to try new classes with different game modes and really change things up and try new things. I mean, that's what keeps Call of Duty fresh, and that's what I'm looking forward to the most, is this new put things together with a 10-point system thing. That's what I'm looking forward to the most. And here we go. Bread and butter, baby. Sniping. I can't tell you how excited I am to see what they brought to this trailer. We're going to get in depth. Let's get a close in on that scoreboard, or whatever you want to call that up there. So we get yet another nod to the YouTube's tube money. I do believe so. And this is what I love. We got a bolt action rifle. That is awesome. I'm super excited about that. And it looks like we have 2 rifles. His secondary looks like another rifle, which is interesting to me. So which one does he have out in his hands? The primary or the secondary? That's the question at hand. That one up top may be a bolt action. I mean, maybe a semi-auto for all we know. And what I said before, I don't think the perks are finalized images. I still stick to that. That just doesn't look like Call of Duty perks to me, and I really don't think they're going to change the images that much, to the point where we don't know what it is. So I think that's something they're still trying to hide in the trailer. They're not going to give us the finalized images, which is fine. I can appreciate that. But my imagining is he's got one of them is overkill, because he's got 2 primary weapons, and both of them have 2 attachments, right? And I don't know what they are. I don't know what the attachments are, because I can't really tell. Tell me in the comment section below what you think they are, and let's go ahead and tackle these mysteries together. So let's move on. And a quick note, doggies. But I want you to notice how fast he recovers from this sprint. Watch this again. I'm going to play it right here in just a second. Watch. That's pretty fast. Now what you're going to notice is that the ADS is really fast too. Almost as fast, if not as fast, as Modern Warfare 3. And another thing to notice, look at that's even in slow-mo. It's just super fast. Another thing to notice here is that the arrows showing you exactly where his reticle are, just in case you can't see it. What you're going to notice is when he aims down sight, it's exactly on point with where his reticles were, which means that when you ADS with this game, whether there's auto aim or not, or whatever you want to call it, it's always going to be exactly the same. Unlike Black Ops, which had the it had the thing where when you hit, it would sway, it would jerk down a little bit, it would jerk to the right, or it would jerk around. This one is not going to jerk around, and I'm super excited about that. I'm going to show you in slow-mo here as it's coming together, and you'll see when the ADS is exactly on the same point in the game. And now you can see where the reticle lines up. I didn't move the arrows at all. They're still just sitting in the timeline, so it's exactly the same. I'm super excited about that lack of sway, and it looks like it's capable to do a little quick scoping. But as you can see here, when he pulled that trigger, he was on point, dead center of that guy's chest. And I just wanted to point that out because, they have talked before in Twitter and stuff like that about accuracy and the need for it with a sniper rifle. So I just wanted to point out that when he pulled the trigger, dead center of that guy's chest, he got the one-shot kill. And, maybe it's going to be a little more difficult to snipe, but at least we know it's possible. At least we have some type of hope going into this game, and I'm really excited about that. And as you can see here, look at this. He's pulling out that second primary. It's the same character, it's the same clip, same map, everything looks the same points on the scoreboard, I believe. So obviously he did have 2 primary weapons. No one else seemed to point that out. So obviously overkill is back, right? You have 2 primaries, and this guy's got 2 rifles. He's got one with a scope, one without a scope. Pretty smart move, and he's about to get an epic clip to clean up the quad feed. And it's gonna be with 2 different rifles, and it's in my opinion the first Black Ops clip quad feed with a triple and everything that we've ever seen. So it's pretty awesome to see that, and it's awesome to see that the bullet penetration on enemies is possible, and we don't have that stupid thing that we saw in the single player trailer, which I don't think that's going to be the game, right? That stupid wall bang thing where you see the enemies and you got to charge your shots. We've seen it before in games, in all the Modern Warfares and Call of Duties and all of that stuff where they have things in the single player that aren't in the multiplayer and vice versa. That's what I think that stupid rifle is. And it had us all on kind of eggshells as far as snipers go. Had us on eggshells thinking about what are they doing to the rifles. Oh my God, they're screwing it up. Well, it looks like they're doing it right, and I'm really excited about that. This weapon doesn't have a scope. And as you can see, FAL iron sights. That's the same exact iron sights that you've seen from the FAL in Black Ops and Modern Warfare 2. I think it's solid iron sights, but my question is, can you put different scopes on these rifles? Because if you could take them off, generally that means there's more options available to you. So I'm really excited to see what may be possible there. But another thing I want to point out, throughout this entire trailer, we've seen very simplistic Call of Duty emblems. If you look at the person he killed there, the pink emblem there, it's very simplistic, and my imagining is that player card customization is back, and I like that. I just don't want to see a bunch of penises and boobs. And triple. Really excited about the triple. I mean, that just means that the bullet penetration works, and I'm happy about that. And of course, I had to point out the triple, man, the quad feed with 2 different rifles, the overkill quad feed with a triple. It's a nasty clip, and he's the first to have one on YouTube, right? So that's cool. And like I said before, I think you've seen the Woody's Gamertag, you've seen this Tmartn and the thousands of other trailers, breakdowns out there, and it was all adequate as far as this section goes. I love the C4. I'm glad it's back. I'm glad you can throw it. And this thing, it just looks like all the rest of them are a distraction, and only one of them is going to make the dive. I don't really know. And then at the end here, I'm really excited about the competitive stuff. You know, they care about us hardcore Call of Duty players, and that's awesome. So anyway, guys, that's it for me. I'm Six Sensei, and I'm out. Peace.
And the second, can he get them both? Takes out DJ Bond, smokes Macus with the double kill. Holy shit.